Welcome back to the Third Wheel Podcast. I'm Caleb.
I'm Shaps.
We got done over a week ago watching Captain America 4. How exciting was that, Shaps? We were so excited going in.
How much time do we have?
We have, I'm going to say now less than an hour because this stupid place screwed us on studio time.
No. We don't want any more angry fans.
Yeah. You're right. It's like you can't make fun of baristas. You can't make fun of fast food workers.
That's top tier, yeah.
Librarians? That's uncharted territory.
Do they count as government workers? Kind of.
I don't know. I don't know who pays them because they don't make...
The state, I think, does, but...
Okay, I would say because
the city does.
This is free, the room here. So like
Yeah,
you
so
said earlier, you get what you pay for.
It's paid by the city,
Yeah,
so
so-
I guess government technically, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they count as government workers, but we'll see.
I wish I knew for sure, but that's fine. Now I just gotta I got to get the name of the person taking down the reservation, and two, I got to call like the next day and say, hey, are we still on for today?
Yeah.
They've been super popular this past couple of weeks. Of
Yeah,
like, hey, we're
dude.
booked except for we got a conference room. It's gigantic, but and I was like, hey. But the conference room, I think, would be a good idea when we shoot our radio drama. If we'll have, however many campers.
Dude, do you know how many small businesses probably have their meetings here?
That probably not as many as you think. But I mean, if the I want to say general public, it's a library. If the general public catches on to all the free stuff they give out here, like there's literally a free 3D printer like right over there.
Yeah.
And you could like just do whatever you want. So it's crazy to me.
It's where they're going to play in the next Captain America movie.
I'm telling you, right here.
Yeah.
Cap 5. Speaking of which, Cap 4. We have so many things to say about
It's
it.
been a little bit since we've seen it, but it still hurts.
It
dude.
hurts. Yeah, we've talked about it almost every day this week. Like
Yeah.
in between me playing Resident Evil, I'm like, hey, by the way, Red Hulk sucked balls. And you're like, I know, dude, I know. No, actually, okay, I guess can we say spoilers from here on out? I
Heck
guess.
yeah, dude. Everyone.
Everyone
Either people don't care or they've already seen it.
By this point, based on box office numbers, everyone has not seen it. So, but that means you weren't gonna see it.
Like if you're waiting for streaming, dude, it's not worth it. Like you're gonna be disappointed. It's gonna ruin your night.
I know it did kind of ruin my night, didn't it?
A little bit, because we were like so pumped, and excited. And I think I bet. I mean, like I think I remember saying in the last episode, I was like, no matter what, at least it's not gonna be boring. But wow, dude.
Did you like the short I made for it posted today, but the one I sent you?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. That was like some of my best work because I finally learned how to do a keyframe.
Oh, good for you.
I know. Yeah. We were so happy and hopeful, and you pointed this out. Like we left bitter, jaded.
Yeah.
Like Goku was in his black outfit. It was sad how angry we were after.
Like
Anger, then Hulk
well,
turned into.
I think the worst part is like I was like ready to go, and you're like, no, let's stay for the end credits. Let's stay for the end credits. I was like, no, I'll just look it up on YouTube. You're like, no, we got to.
Yeah. He thought he could follow me out to the bathroom and be like, okay, I'm going to leave. Like, you're coming back in so we can finish.
No, please, no.
We're going to finish
Don't put
this
me back
movie
in there.
strong.
All right. So what? Play by play?
I don't know how to do this because...
Let's just go right into it. So like it starts out with like Harrison Ford, right? And like it's his Harrison Ford's mustache.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
He looks like a crazy old coot. He looks nothing... Now, Harrison Ford and William Hurt, that's the other guy that played Ross.
He's dead. He died, right?
Cancer, I think.
Yeah, unfortunate.
So Harrison Ford looks nothing like him.
Yeah.
So they stuck the mustache on him, and we all laughed. I think that was the point.
He's also like 20 years older.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, I think it was the point to make everybody laugh because you just see a crazy old coot with a mustache that doesn't look right on him. He's like, and he's yelling at everybody. And he's dressed in a general outfit.
Right.
And then they make a joke like, they say, because then it's just Harrison Ford, no mustache.
To win the election, you had to shave the mustache.
Yeah, that was in the trailer. So.
I'll start off by saying Harrison Ford was my favorite part of the movie. I actually think that if it was focused on him, then it would have been a lot more compelling.
I will say he's been phoning in his performances, but for some reason with this one, he took it so like seriously.
I think it was
acting
chops.
mean,
he may have still been phoning it in. It's just everyone else was that bad, dude.
It could be.
Yeah, and I genuinely mean that. I don't think the acting was spectacular in this.
Yeah,
really
at all. There's nothing wrong with Anthony Mackie as a actor, but they didn't give him anything to do as far to set him apart from the other Captain America.
I actually rewatched the other Captain America movies before today. After
you set yourself up for failure.
Well, I mean, like after I saw four. Sorry, after I saw 4, I went back and rewatched the other Captain America movies, and he never got a line. You know, like he only got like 1 or 2 scenes in that entire like trilogy. Mm-hmm. And in the Avengers films, like everything, he only got like a couple like sideline lines.
On your left.
Exactly. I'm literally trying to dissect where on earth did they pick up, he's going to be next Captain America material.
I mean, other than it was in the comics once.
You're right.
And it wasn't that long. It was like a year or so. It was probably longer.
The entire trilogy was based around him and Bucky. Like it's crazy.
Yes. Okay.
And then now it's reversed. Bucky is like basically gone. Like they don't even he's kind of a side character now, which sucks.
Yeah. So, here's the thing with Steve Rogers. We had character arcs for Steve, like World War II, A Man at a Time. Now he's in present day. He's in all the Avengers. He's leading the Avengers. And then in his movies, he's like, we got to find Bucky. He's alive. You know, and so like you said, the whole trilogy is him and Bucky. You got their backstories. You got what they were, their purpose was in their main films, what their purpose were almost in all the Avengers films.
They literally went to war over Bucky.
Yes. The Falcon, all his stuff was in, what's the word? What's the word where they just describe the plot instead of showing you? What's that called? Exposition.
Exposition, yeah. Exposition. That's all he was, yeah.
So, like, in Winter Soldier, when he's introduced, he shows up to a veteran meeting, and he talks to the Falcon, Steve Rogers, and he talks to him for, like, 5 seconds, like, yeah, it's hard being a veteran, you know, and so I like to do some time on the weekends. That's all we get backstory-wise for Falcon. That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Bucky, we got to see... World War II veteran. We got to see mind erased, used as a Russian weapon, or German weapon.
Russian, then
sleeper agent.
Yeah,
Russian
so like,
sleeper agent. Yeah,
Hydra agent for decades.
Yes,
decades.
Arcs. You know, Civil War. The Falcon had none of that. He had 2 lines in his part where he's like, "Yeah, I like to volunteer on the weekends and talk to veterans." That's it. We're told that he does this on weekends, whereas, like you said, the whole trilogy, it's Steve and Bucky. Why? It would have made the most sense at the very end, because they were setting up something with Bucky.
I mean, like, the very end of Civil War, all the material, like, the most dramatic, probably one of the most beautiful scenes in all of Marvel MCU was when Iron Man's fighting Captain America over Bucky.
Yeah.
And it's just like they're tearing each other apart to the point where they're almost dead.
Yes.
For Bucky. And now it's like you kind of forget that even happened because he's so downplayed now.
Exactly.
And yeah, sorry to gush over this character so much. It's just he was so well done and you built him up so much only to kind of throw it away.
Yeah.
And everyone jokes at the end of Endgame, it's only because this person was standing slightly closer than the other person. It was just a matter of convenience. Like it wasn't...
It's really heavy. Take it.
I don't want to walk over there.
Now hand that to Bucky.
He didn't say that. He didn't say it. And I did not watch the show, so I guess that was the. I guess they're which sucks. I hate how they're like relying on people probably to have watched the show, but I don't even. I doubt it probably gave them like that much more material to work with. To be honest,
absolutely not.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay.
It would have made the most sense at the end of Endgame, because this is what the Cap trilogy was kind of setting up, and then all the movies that had Bucky in it. It would have made the most sense. It's in the comics. Steve Rogers handing the shield to Bucky. It's comic accurate. Bucky's like a really interesting character, and it would have fit in the movies to where it's like, hey, everyone hates the Winter Soldier. He killed Papa and Mama Stark. Like he broke up the Avengers.
And Black Panther's father too.
Yes, he broke. Yeah, Black Panther's father.
And the most tragic part is that he wasn't even himself when he did it all. Of it,
exactly.
And no one ever forgave him basically, except for King T'Challa.
And that's a big theme in the comics. The Avengers hate him.
Yeah.
The world isn't ready to accept him because they love Steve Rogers. And that's what he has to work through. He's the new captain, whether he wants it or not. He doesn't want it, but he has to earn it. It's the same angle they were trying to kind of do in this one, and it would have made the most sense to hand the shield to
Imagine
Bucky.
like if he did become Captain America, and then later on they bring in Hydra Commander, and then they have to fight. You know, like it's so much more compelling. But and I know they're going to go down that route probably anyway. But with everyone's favorite Falcon, okay, so we're kind of going in the writing and the characters now.
Yeah.
This is like probably the first 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's see. They introduce a couple characters. They introduced, was it the
Serpent Society,
which apparently was a big deal, but they didn't really nothing about them was any different than any other like generic Marvel bad guy.
Now, this was part of reshoots. So Giancarlo Esposito, or Giancarlo, however you say his name.
Yeah.
He was never supposed to be in the movie.
And you can tell just by like the trailers.
There were other characters that had purple hair and pink hair that they cut out because the movie apparently didn't test well with audiences, so they redid it.
Yep.
And they put Giancarlo Esposito. This really happened. They tested the audience, the movie, and the audience said, "Hey, there's no action in this movie." Captain America.
Yep. Can you imagine that movie being more boring? Like,
I can't. Like, I was like, what was this like before the reshoots? Where they said, "Hey, we forgot to put action scenes in the movie," and you can tell right from that opening scene, Giancarlo, the confirmed reshoots. Yeah. The movie opens with, "We got to stop Serpent Society." Giancarlo Esposito's character, we got to stop him. And then they cut to Giancarlo, and he's serious man.
The most the most B-level like speech ever.
Yeah.
And I know you kept on saying the same thing. You're like, oh, he means business.
Yeah, because that's his character. Like anytime you see him, he does his raised eyebrow. He does his.
I knew you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, he means business.
Yeah. Like every time he pops up, it's the same. Captain America. Good to see you today. You know, like, ooh, look at him. He's Gus. He means business. You know, he does that every time.
Yeah.
And so all this scenes, like, there's the action scene. The problem with this movie is they couldn't find a way to make Falcon interesting, so they just recreated scenes from previous Captain America movies. They brought in other plot points from other movies, not even Captain America, like other straight up plot points from other films. We'll get to the Hulk stuff later, but case in point, you remember in Winter Soldier when Steve fights the one guy, I don't remember what language it was, and then the guy says, "Hey, I don't think you'd be able to beat me if you didn't have your shield."
Oh, yeah, the French guy.
Yeah, the French guy, thank you. So then, like, Steve's like, all right, he puts the shield down, and then...
just whoops him.
Right? Without the shield.
Yeah.
You know, fist to fist.
That was a big deal.
Yeah. Captain America 4, it's the same freaking scene that, you know...
A big giant dude is like, oh, you're not...
Yeah, you suck if you didn't have, you know, your shield, or he's like, you know, you're Captain America for, you know, no reason.
And like, oh, is that like a callback? No, they just repeat it like scene for scene.
Scene for scene.
And then like also they introduce another character. I didn't watch the show, but there's a new Falcon sidekick character, which I didn't even think was like going to be a prominent character until he did his little dance.
I don't think he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Really?
Yeah.
He just shows up.
Yeah. Now I bet he's a comic character. He probably is like the new Falcon in the comics, but he just shows up.
Yeah.
Again, same with Sam
He's
Wilson.
like, let me put the suit on. He's like, okay, here's your chance. And
we're supposed to accept him.
Yeah.
You know, and oh my God, he's funny, guys. He's quippy. You know, he's
in the middle of nowhere. He's like, oh, did anyone see that? Oh, why did no one see that?
He's in the wood. He's in the woods, and he's like, nobody saw me do that awesome move. And he's talking to trees.
This is an army dude. It's an actual like army dude.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh God, he's doing a Fortnite dance for God's sakes, you know?
Yeah.
No,
yeah, talking to trees. Nobody saw that.
Like, oh man, this is gonna be the worst part of the movie, probably. And sure enough, I don't think. I don't think anyone tops them.
Yeah.
So the writing always just like start off just not on a great note.
It wants to be the old Marvel where everyone's quipping, but the quips were funny back then, dude. Like 10 years ago, the quips were hilarious.
Yeah, no, this movie had to be like, I feel like this movie had, because all the Captain America movies got progressively darker. This one just like kind of went backwards. Like it's not dark at all, you know, just way more like lighthearted in some area, a lot of areas actually.
I wish there were more of the movie online. Because there's the opening scene where where Sam's fighting the guy with the hammer. The action choreography is really bad. So there's a scene where he's fighting the dude with the hammer, and the guy takes a swing at Sam, and he just flat out aims above Sam's head, and he misses. Sam doesn't even have to dodge. He just like...
I love that one scene where he's like, wait for it.
Yeah.
And he just literally waits for everyone to shoot him.
Yep.
For like 5 seconds. Yep. And they're like, oh. It's like a stage play. Like that was bad, dude.
Yeah. So then at the end of this scene that were clearly reshoots to add action, a bunch of army guys show up to Sam like, Sam, you're so cool.
My best friend, my buddy, my compadre. Yeah.
Like, Sam, wow, save some for the rest of us. You're such a cool Captain America. And Sam, of course... And it's like the movie has to tell you he's cool. The movie has to tell you he's accepted.
If you see these really cool looking dudes, tell him he's cool. Then he must be cool.
Yeah. They also make a big. Okay, this bugs me later though, not so much at the beginning. So, but I don't want to forget the plot point.
Yeah.
But I want to lay the foundation. They make it a big point that Sam Wilson does not take the super soldier serum.
Oh yeah.
Bucky has it. Steve Rogers has it. All the Hydra agents have it. Sam said, "I don't want it. I want to be a normal guy. I want to be someone that people can aspire to." Not a bad angle. Mm-hmm. But I can only suspend my disbelief so long.
I don't know. When you're in a world with aliens and time traveling robots, like, and giant monsters named Red Hulk, I'm just gonna say, like, how about you just aspire, get people to aspire to be strong? Just like take what they need to take. But that's my hot take.
Sure.
After that, they meet his mentor character.
Yeah.
Who again?
He is in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
He is in Falcon. Okay.
Now he doesn't do this in the movie, but in Falcon, he's big on nobody's ready for Black America, Black Captain America. No, nobody's ready for that. Nobody's ready. He says it like 5 times, and then but in this movie, they don't touch that again.
No,
they don't touch that.
Yeah, and in the first draft.
Oh yeah, gosh, that was the pink character. That's probably something that was her whole character was. Wow, so no one's accepting you.
Sorry, it's the same problem Star Wars has. Sorry if you didn't see the show, but it's in this time it's about the movies. Like, oh, you didn't see the show. Well, the movies are not going to make sense now.
Right.
So introduce this character, like long written character. Like, oh, he was done dirty by General Ross. Like he has a history. And Captain America's like, I'm gonna trust General. He by the way, he overturns this like almost immediately. He's like, I'm gonna trust General Ross. He is the president. We can make some good if we make an alliance. He's like, all right. So they all go to the White House because they're invited to go to the White House. Him, the bird, the little dove character, and
I don't want to call him Falcon. Yeah, he's not Falcon. He does disjustice to Sam Wilson's Falcon.
How is that possible?
I never thought I'd say that. Dove. And we'll call him Dove.
I wish I knew this guy's name, his like mentor character.
I think it's Isaiah Bradley.
Okay, let's call him Isaiah. All right, him and Isaiah and the Canary.
Let me double check.
They all go to White House.
Let me make sure it's not the actor's name. Yep, nope, that's him. And Perfect. He was apparently Captain America at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like in actual like World War II or whatever they tried to set up. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. So they all go to the White House. Canary's teaching Isaiah technology and phones.
No, it has to be Dove. We can't change it because then I'm gonna get confused. Dove is teaching old man how to Snapchat.
And like, there's this really weird scene which I thought they were gonna play into later, when he's like, "That's not the pic." Like they all take a selfie, and then like Isaiah's like, "That's not the picture you took." And he's like, "Oh, let me send you another picture." I was like, oh, okay, hold on. They're going to do something with this, but they never do.
No, they don't.
Which is funny because they do something with the phone. So I'm like, oh, would have been smart. But anyway, they go to the party. General Ross is like, I want to see you in my chambers.
Yeah.
I want to see you in my chambers.
Well, actually, before that, they introduce a long-running thing, the eternal body.
Yeah,
that's sitting in the ocean.
Guess what other movie I never saw?
yeah, Eternal. So they finally address the big Eternal's body sitting in the ocean. The other thing they introduce, I don't know if you know how important this is, they also introduce adamantium.
Yeah, that's what mutants use, right?
Yeah, I think the Oval Office thing's later, isn't it? No, you're right.
No, it's like right when they get there, they take him away. He's like, everyone leave.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. Out of order. Forget everything I just said.
I want to talk to him myself.
Yeah, you're right. All right, go ahead.
He's like, I'm not feeling myself, Sam. And he's like, we need to restart the Avengers. And he's like, what? This is ridiculous. Yeah. For some reason.
I'm the leader I'm Captain America. Why would you entrust me to be in charge of the Avengers?
He's like, I don't know. It just seemed. You're the only one left, Sam.
It's in the script. The script says I have to offer
literally
you the job.
No one else to call right now. Can you name any other Avengers?
Yeah, exactly. I can't, and I'm a super fan. I still love these movies, and I don't know.
I felt like that scene was just really weird, like because like he was so pro, like, hey, let's work with the president, let's find some common ground. Now he's like very defensive. Is like, I don't want to work for Ross.
They tossed that immediately. It's like the very beginning. They established we got to work with Ross. Yes, he's a shady dude, but he's the president. I'm Captain America. We got to work on that. Right. And then like next scene, they're like, "You're not Steve Rogers," which I know I'm skipping a little bit ahead, but that line where Sam's like, "You're right, I'm not." They cut that from the movie.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the reshoots. They cut it. And that wasn't a bad line.
No, in fact, if the most recent trailer, like right before the movie came out, there's like 3 scenes, like big scenes. They just straight up cut.
Yeah.
So yeah, get used to that, folks. Don't go in thinking like I'm going to see that really cool shot or line. No.
Because here's another thing too. It's not like the line was bad. I like the line. That's a line I would expect from the movie. You're right. I'm not. And then he can set himself apart.
Yeah.
It's not like he said, you're not Steve Rogers. He was in the Amazon researching spiders with my mom right before she died. It's like, why'd they cut the line? Wasn't bad.
I want to see that movie instead.
Dude, I have so much more fun at Madam Web than this, and that's sad. Anyway, okay, so Oval Office.
That doesn't go well, but they have a big meeting that they're invited to. For some reason. I don't even know why they're here anymore because he already said no, basically. So he's like, I don't know why they're staying at the White House.
And Sam Wilson made it a point. We have to bring Isaiah Bradley, the old black Captain America.
We have to.
Yeah, we have to.
I don't know why, but we absolutely have to.
It's important to me that even though Ross tortured you, that you forgive him and come to this ceremony. Okay? Like, that's very important to me. Yeah.
I would love to see the original script because know. All right.
It wasn't in there.
So they all sit down and he sits in front of this really cool Marvel screen, and it's like pip pop. Look at all this cool stuff we're gonna do, and all the nations are coming together. And there's we mentioned this. Whoever wrote this definitely took a page out of George Lucas's book.
Yeah,
because it goes really hard to the politics for some reason with the foreign affairs and stuff. And I'm sorry, Lucas for whatever reason was like he loved that stuff.
Yeah.
Like he really thought that was going to be the focus part of the movie, right? In this movie, it's sort of like in the background, but at the same time, they draw so much attention to it. Like, oh my gosh, are we going to go to war with Japan?
Yeah. For some reason, Japan's a superpower in this.
Didn't think that was
this big on our map. But they're sending all the samurai to attack the Eternal.
That would have been cool. But no, that's old Marvel. Yeah. We can't do that. Silver Samurai.
Yeah, no. Okay. That's Fox. We haven't done Secret Wars yet. We can't merge the universes.
All right. So they're basically, he's giving his big melting pot speech. And then out of nowhere, Isaiah pulls out a gun and starts shooting, but misses, and there's all these how many times have people been mind wiped? In this universe,
Well, here's another thing. And this had to have been because the draft of the script changed so much.
Yeah.
Everyone, like 7 people in the room, their phone goes.
Yeah. Like by the way, the movie theater, it was really loud too. It's like, you can't deny it.
And then of course you see Isaiah Bradley, he goes, and he floats over the gun and so robotically.
Yeah. Guess what direction they go? Oh my gosh, I can't believe he tried to assassinate the president because he was tortured for 30 years,
Yeah.
And they do the exact beat for beat Winter Soldier scene where they're chasing after him. Captain America has to chase after him. It's everything. And then at the very end, he's like, I don't know where I am. It's like, get down. And then it's like, get off of him. The police brutality scene.
Yeah. And here's the
white
thing.
Officers.
You said it's like, yes, it is the exact same plot line from Civil War or, with again, a much more interesting character.
Yeah.
But what we just described to you is so much less interesting because Sam chases him on foot, and then Isaiah's running on foot, and then he catches
kind
up
of
to him.
slowly, just like
there's no action,
chugging along.
There's no he doesn't
there's
fight.
no tanks, there's no helicopters. He
doesn't fight Isaiah. Nobody grabs a helicopter and they're pulling it to the bed. Like nothing.
Nothing.
It's just like he catches him. Hey, you stop running.
He's like,
okay,
where am I? Like an old guy in the woods. And they catch him. Okay, so when you see the movie, everyone who's watching the movie knows, it's just mind control. Guess how long it takes for everyone else to film to realize it's mind control? Half an hour?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. It was just going back and forth. And it took even Sam too long.
Yeah.
It took him maybe 2 scenes for him to be like, hold on, I remember this from somewhere.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a file or
wasn't there a Civil War movie with the other Captain America? Mind control. And again,
who's reminding
everyone's phone went and then everybody just went
again. So at the 45 minute, after 45 minutes of that, eventually they're like, you might be right, but we can't be sure.
Yeah.
And it's not until the last third when they're like, I think you might be right about this. It takes them forever to realize what's going on.
Yeah.
And guess what? The whole thing with Isaiah's mind control, that's a B plot. That's not the main plot.
Nope.
That's a side thing because they end up going to this. I don't know if this is jumping too far. I think because there's a scene you wanted to cover, right?
The thought is the plot is so thin that it's just we could jump to the end. And it's like,
so before they go and discover, what's causing all this, you want to talk about when he's in his, his hideout, and he's with Falcon, and they're on the computer, and they're tracking the phone.
Yep.
And how everyone says like, well, this was definitely like reshot because like they cut away so much, and they definitely add lines.
Let me tell you. I'll tell you how we got to that scene. Okay. So Sam is going to clear Isaiah Bradley's name.
Yeah.
And
he's got 42 hours.
He gets in his car and he starts driving. Test audiences said, hey, this movie needs an action scene. So as he's driving, guess who shows up out of nowhere? Giancarlo Esposito's character rams this truck.
Who was in Mexico last time we saw.
And and now he's here in America, and it's or wherever they're at, Georgia, I don't know. He's there, and then he's like, Sam, you got away from me last time, and this time I'm going to kill you. And then so again, reshoots. You can tell because he shows up out of nowhere. Yep. Obligatory action scene for Captain America. Wait, this is the scene from Winter Soldier when they're running from car to car, and Winter Soldier's shooting at him. And he has to get on top of the car. Sam doesn't have his gear. Steve didn't have his gear.
It's that, but now it's all confined in a junkyard. And it's only 2 dudes.
Yeah, and it's again boring, incompetently shot, no creative visuals, no fun choreography, nothing.
Yep.
So Sam beats him. And then he grabs the cell phone and the actual main villain. Because Giancarlo, even though he means a lot of business, he's not the main villain of this film. He has a boss.
Yeah.
So the phone rings and he answers. And he's like, haha, I'm the final boss.
There was an 82% chance that you would be interested in this scene.
Yeah.
I failed.
Yeah. Darn. You surprised me, the final boss. And then he hangs up. So Sam takes the phone. Again, so Giancarlo was a reshoot. He takes him taking the phone. That was a reshoot. It wasn't in the original scene. In the original film, it wasn't in there.
Yeah.
So they tried to move they tried to merge the footage. So there's a scene where Captain America, Sam Wilson hands the phone from the reshoot to Dove Man, and he says, "Trace this phone," and then they merged it with the footage. So then at the end of that scene. Sam's like, "Hey, get up, let's go. Let's go somewhere else and end this scene."
Doesn't say where, just we're going.
Yeah, he's like, "Well, hold on, just come on, let's go." And I was like, "Well, I thought he was tracing the phone," and it's like because that scene didn't matter; it was part of the reshoot, and they couldn't find a way to merge it. So it's like he's like, "Here, trace this." Okay. Oh, let's get out of here and grab Taco Bell.
Yep.
Hold on, you wouldn't? No, let's go. Come on. And so it just made no sense.
We also skipped that one scene. It's only important because I want to.
Yeah.
There's a common going theme here. When this is kind of slightly after President almost gets assassinated, Sam goes into like the bunker and he's so cool. He gets past all the guards, even though they're saying you can't go in there right now. He gets past all the guards.
Yep.
Goes to the Oval Office, not the Oval Office, but like the underground bunker conference room. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, get down, get down!" And President Ross is like, "No, he can stay. Everyone else out." I'm like, "Gosh, they're gonna be talking. They're gonna be friends now." And he's like, "How you doing, Sam? You doing well? You doing well, buddy? Like you must be going through a lot. By the way, step out of my office. You're fired, and your friend's gonna burn for this."
Yeah.
So
how did they end up at the bunker? Did they trace the phone finally?
No. That's out. This was before the phone thing because remember this was like after the president was got assassinated. He goes to the bunker, and all the world leaders are like, "You're a punk, dude. You're a punk for trying to go into your bunker."
So can you imagine the politics scenes in the prequels? Right, the Star Wars prequels. Imagine those, but way worse.
But like you're set. Explain. So I think the explanation, honestly, is like if you were watching the Star Wars politics, but you're only walking in at the end of the conversation.
Yeah.
Every single time. So you never quite know where everyone's at, what everyone's doing, where the politics is. But everyone's angry. You just know everyone's tense. Everyone's angry. And it's building up that, Ross is getting more stressed. He's taking these mysterious pills more. Oh my gosh, what is this all about?
This ain't your average heart medication.
That's when he gives you're not Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
It's like, where'd that come from? He was so calm before.
They introduced the new Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget that. That's a very important plot line.
I kind of forgot that.
Right, okay. I can't forget because it's in here, and it was ridiculous. So the new Black Widow, and it leads to an Iron Man 2 ripoff scene, the Scarlett Johansson hallway scene in Iron Man 2, where she takes down everybody, and Happy's only like it's the same exact freaking scene that they just except worse. They did this so much.
Basically, they track the phone. They're like, it's in this secret base that no one knows about. I don't remember the name of it. But they're like, okay, well, let's infiltrate.
Yep.
They get inside. They find a lab. It's like, oh my gosh.
Do you know what scene they ripped off? Winter Soldier. Whenever they
right.
them and Black Widow, and they go, and then they find the German guy uploaded his conscience to the computer.
Gosh,
it's the same
it's
scene.
The exact same. The same
yes.
boring dialogue,
Yes.
just like recycled, dude.
Yep. So they go down to the base, and there's the leader,
This doesn't make
Samuel
sense.
Stearns from the Incredible Hulk 2008 film. You saw the drippings, the bubbling of his forehead. He finally comes back. I've been waiting on this plot for 2008 was 16 years ago.
Yeah, dude.
I was excited because I know who the leader is. I watched the cartoon. I've read the comics. I love the leader, and I was so excited when I was a kid.
Guy up too. Yep.
And he goes, "My probabilities calculated that y'all would walk in here." Oh, here's another thing we got to talk about. His character design changed.
Oh yeah,
because I showed you the leaked pop figurine.
Yeah,
completely different.
And
design.
actually, in the Incredible Hulk movie, at the very end, when he gets the thing dripped on him, his head actually expands.
Yeah.
Like really big. And it's actually smaller in this movie. So they reduced that.
This one, he looks like SpongeBob in the Halloween episode where he just has his brain.
Yeah.
You know?
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly.
But yeah, the Funko Pop was completely different, right?
Completely different Funko Pop.
Had hair on it.
Facial hair. He had hair. He was fully green. He didn't have one bad eye.
No.
Right?
No.
And then we saw some other behind the scenes stuff of like he has the long head. In this one, he looks like what's his face from Spy Kids, the dude with the 4 heads.
Which he played that character, so he's just never.
No, he didn't.
Pretty
That
sure
was Tony Shalhoub.
Was he not the guy from Spy Kids 3?
No.
Oh.
No.
I thought
Spy
he was.
Kids 1, the guy that turns into the
Yeah.
forehead.
I thought this guy was in Spy Kids 3, the doctor on the professor on the island. No.
I don't. No.
that's
No. That's another guy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. What's his freaking name? We're supposed to be professionals from Reservoir Dogs.
Like is cast. Hold on.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. No, that's
Okay,
not.
gotcha.
That's not right.
Nah.
What's that guy's name? No.
Oh, it was Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. No, that wasn't Steve Buscemi. Yeah.
No. Okay.
I know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I could tell the difference. Trust me.
Okay.
Steve Buscemi's way more better looking.
Right.
Anyway. So yeah, Samuel Stearns, the leader. They changed his design to where he just has like a wrinkly, slightly enlarged cranium. No tall head. He's not fully green.
Flicks on the little lamp.
Yeah.
Great reveal.
And his design was his motivation. I'm also mad at President Ross. And then
Because he tortured me for 30
yeah,
years.
and he used me and spat me up. Riveting. Wow, I'm invested. And then he just leaves.
Who were we fighting in the last Captain America movie? Oh my gosh, Hydra, an organization that's been around for literally ever.
A guy who lost his family to the Avengers, so he wanted to devise an elaborate scheme to break them up and have them fight each other to get revenge on his wife and kids. Yeah. No, we need a guy who's just mad at General Ross. Now that's what makes a deep and compelling character.
Yeah.
I don't know what the deal is. Are they just can they just not write a good
Also,
movie
there's
anymore?
like 100 million ways that he can kill Ross, but no, it has to be a spectacle, you see.
No.
Okay, but yep, he means business. And then he does the whole...
Did they just fire all the writers?
And then he just kind of slowly walks out of the room and no one really catches him. And then his bad guy buddies show up, who may be mind controlled, maybe not be. I'm not sure anymore.
And then Black Widow, we forgot to describe.
Yep.
She is this tall,
Yeah.
like shorter than me sitting down.
Mm-hmm.
She's this big around.
Yep.
Skinny, right? She has a high pitched voice. Clearly the actress in real life probably has a disability where she's like,
Or just like,
can't gain weight. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like a condition to where she can't grow, and but of course she's got superhuman strength. She's a Black Widow. She can take down 20 guys down a hallway. Same exact scene from Iron Man 2 with Scarlett Johansson, except way less interesting, way worse choreographed, like all of it. And it's the same. And again, it's a ripoff of a better movie.
And it just shot weirdly.
Yeah.
You know, like it was in a tight corridor and everything. The set looked like that old set from X2.
Yep.
When they're underground, like exact same like infrastructure.
Yep.
So boring to look at. I think we should, for the sake of time, probably jump. Do we jump to the
Let's jump to the boat, bro.
battleship? I was going to say, yeah.
Let's get this over with.
They're on the battleship.
Yeah, they're on the
And
battleship.
Ross is like, we got to beat the Japanese. You know, we got to get there before they do.
We have more nukes to take them off the globe, but no, we can't do that. We can't. Oh, I wanted to say this. All the politics scenes, are literally just Harrison Ford hopping on a Zoom call and saying, "Guys, give me more time." And
I can make friends with the Japanese. You can make friends with the Japanese. I can make friends with them. Okay, prove to us you can be friends with them. Then he goes there. I love it. It's always the time they're on a plane. They're like, "We gotta get to the Japan." Okay, we're on our way to Japan. We're 5 minutes away from Japan. Sweet. They smash cut to Japan, and at the very bottom it says Tokyo, Japan. It's like, great, we're here. What are we gonna do? I don't trust you, Ross. Well, I don't trust you either. All right, we're out.
Yep, that's it. That's the end of the scene. So they're on the battleship. I'm skipping ahead here. Turns out the leader's big evil plan was to turn Harrison Ford, Ross, into Red Hulk. The pills he's been feeding Harrison Ford. Again, Harrison Ford didn't phone in this performance. His Oscar scene is like, I was dying and I needed those pills to live.
And remember, all you have to do is imitate anxiety attacks now. And then,
And now you're Hulk.
Yeah, you're Hulk.
Yeah. Just a little bit of stress.
And the whole time he has his headset on, I'm just like, dude, just take the headset off. Because he keeps on verbally antagonizing him.
Yep.
I'm just like, just take the headset off.
Yep.
No, he can't do that for some reason.
No. He has to listen to the abuse.
He's turning a little red. His hands are growing a little bit.
Leader's pissing him off.
And then I think Sam shows up. Sam and the Dove, they show up and they fight off some mind-controlled fighter pilots. And that somehow makes Ross chill. So, and
I'm willing to bet that was the only action scene that was originally intended.
Oh, definitely, it looked that way.
Yeah.
And then him and Sam have a heart-to-heart, and he's like, "You're right, Ross. You are changing." He's like, "More than you know."
Yeah, they actually hint that Betty Ross from 2008 film, Liv Tyler, might be in the film.
Oh boy,
he misses his daughter. Harrison Ford was very well fleshed out. Like his character, General Ross, President Ross, best character in the film. Okay.
Yeah, because he's actually he's not like one of those twist Marvel villains. He's actually trying to change.
The problem is, I feel like this wasn't a Captain America film. They could have swapped Sam Wilson out with literally anybody. This could have been a Hawkeye movie. This could have been a Hulk movie.
I was about to say,
a Hulk sequel.
Could have been a Hulk movie.
But literally, there's nothing that sets this apart where it's like, this is Sam Wilson.
I think it honestly could have just been a Ross movie. Like a kind of like a smaller film.
This could have been a prequel to Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
But
no.
Nope, this is Cap 4. It's literally a mishmash of better films.
So they beat the villain, right? Oh my gosh, that we win the day, but the movie still has 20 minutes left?
Yeah.
So Ross is doing a big presidential speech.
There's a thing. The leader, the big bad, he turns himself in.
That's true. Okay. Oh my gosh. Also that scene where he's in the empty field, green screen field, and there's no extras around. He's just like, I want only Sam to be here to arrest me. So they arrest the leader, and he meant to be caught.
Yeah.
Can you tell what scene this is ripping off?
I've never seen that in any film ever. Not The Dark Knight, not the first Avengers, not Star Trek Into Darkness, not literally every film where the bad guy wants to be caught as part of his plan.
And then the hero's like, gee, this was a little too easzy.
Yeah.
No, you think.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you planning, leader? Nothing. I definitely believe you.
And then, how do they get Ross to turn Twitter comments, basically?
Yeah.
Twitter comments that he can't ignore. Because the leader, he leaks all the classified information that Ross didn't want to get out. And they're all like, oh my gosh, this scandal, that scandal. And he's like, oh, I need to take a bathroom break.
Yep.
And they're like, Mr. Ross, are you okay? It's like, no, get him off the stage, dingus. But then he eventually turns. This is the scene. This is the scene, dude. This is what we've been waiting for, dude. There's probably 15 minutes left to film.
Yeah. This is the climax. Okay, we got to talk about this before we run out of time. They acted like we didn't know that he was Red Hulk. The movie did.
Yeah.
But in the trailer, that's all they put in the film. For some reason, the marketing hid the leader. It's a big secret. We can't spoil who the
And they
villain
never
is.
show Ross turning into Red Hulk. They just Red Hulk just shows up, right?
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
They you're right. They act like we don't know.
Yeah. Like the whole movie's like, what are in these pills? And then it's a big revelation. There's gamma in the pills. Oh my God. He's turning into a Hulk. Like everyone's like, oh, I'm surprised. And the movie acted like we didn't know because they clearly shot the movie thinking this is gonna be their big secret, the big reveal.
Yeah.
And that would have been cool. But they clearly had no faith in the film.
So they just threw that.
They just threw it in there in the marketing, and it's in every poster. They sold the Red Hulk cups.
They ripped off the picture of Winter Soldier punching the shield poster with the Red Hulk punching the shield poster.
Yep. And it's like I was at a loss for words at this point because they made such a big deal. It's a secret. Oh my god, it's a big revelation.
He does the whole thing where he falls under the podium, and they're like, "Is you okay, Mr. President?" And you're like, I thought his hand was gonna come up, but no, they're not even that cool. They just like smash cut, like they do a whole bunch of jump cuts, random jump cuts, to where eventually he's just red. Like they don't even do a cool transformation scene. He's just red.
As an amateur filmmaker, I can tell you that's because they didn't know what they were doing.
So he turns up and they're like,
more cuts,
President Ross, and they all start shooting him.
Yep.
I thought that was a little weird because he didn't do anything yet, but they all start shooting him because he's gross and red, I guess.
Yeah, he's red. We're taking a stance on racism now. The Blue Man Group, we finally got them out of the world. Now it's Red Man.
No, not doing that again.
No.
And then they throw in like a quick little clip. It's like, I think the quip was like, "Oh, does he do that often?" or something like that.
When did they turn red? That's the quip. It's like, since when were they red?
They fly now?
Yeah. I forgot about that one.
So then they start doing their, rudimentary fight. It's
green
fine.
Green screen's terrible.
Yeah, it's like okay. It's like not, great. I think they had some cool concepts if they were real looking.
Well, here's that plot point I brought up earlier. Sam Wilson's not taking super soldier serum.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Hulk is punching them. Hulk is slamming them into vehicles. That would kill any other human being.
Remember when he throws the flagpole at him and he catches it? It's
yes.
Like, okay.
There's no way. You could argue maybe he's not as strong as Green Hulk. Any Hulk throwing a flagpole at a human, he's not catching it. And no, like Hulk is throwing cars at him, and he's like slamming against vehicles. And he's like, "Oh, I should have taken the super soldier serum." In real life, he'd have been like dead.
Yeah, they just played up for laughs. Yeah. But I'm like, they made a big deal because Winter Soldier, he makes a quick cameo. Yeah. He's like, "No, it's a good thing you're you, basically. Good thing you just be you. You don't need a secret serum at all." It's like, okay, have you seen what I have to fight?
So Bucky's in this movie. That had to have been reshoots.
Oh yeah, dude. He didn't even shave.
Now, they literally say
that's literally what he looks like.
This movie sucks. Get over here. He's like, bring your best JD Vance costume. And he's like,
he's apparently running for
the button.
He's running for Senate or President, Congress.
And I promise you that wasn't in the script.
No,
because like he showed up with the JD Vance costume and it still had the pin in it. And like, I got an idea. Improv a line. Yeah, I'm running for Congress.
Goodbye.
Let's leave.
That's all he contributes to the movie. But
it's a cameo.
It's best scene in the movie, right? Because he's such a charming person.
Let's see what's time we got left. All right, we got like 7 minutes.
So you get to the last scene.
Green screen's really bad. I'm sorry, I disagree with you. When they land in the pink,
I think like
fields,
okay, like green screen looks bad. I'm just saying like the ideas of the fights were cool.
Yeah,
like
sure.
They utilize again good ideas. They throw in the pink fields, and that's relevant to Ross's character. Well, of course, we had to end up here because let's rip off one more thing, right?
Yeah.
So they land in the fields. Oh my god, I can't beat Red Hulk unless I hit him really, really hard. Basically, the logic. He can't beat Red Hulk unless he does something really dirty. So he stabs the dude. And I think original test screenings said that Ross died here because there's a funeral scene that's cut in the trailers. And people think that was General Ross, but they didn't like the idea of their hero killing the president. Shocker.
Oh, no.
So
I didn't think about that.
Red Hulk survives being skewered for somehow. And then Red Hulk's about to kill him again. And Sam's like, I got to try one more thing because obviously punching him won't do it. Think of your family. Huh?
Yeah. And
look where you are. He's like, the color pink. It resonates. How did he have this information?
Right.
He's like, I'm thinking the color pink resonates with you somehow. Pink.
Yeah,
petals?
you're right. Was there a scene where he explained it?
I don't think so.
You might be right, but I'd have to watch it again to know for sure.
I mean, yeah, I could be wrong, but I don't think he knew. I think
there's a scene where he explains it.
Yeah, he was relying on the audience knowing because Ross explains it over the phone.
I just don't remember who to.
To his daughter. He's
Really?
like, I'll see you in the pink fields again.
And then Sam just like, I guess he tapped that phone call.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that scene I thought was worthless. Seriously, traceless phone. He accidentally tapped into President Ross's
He's like,
phone.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Yeah,
later.
this might be good for later. Yeah.
So
that's probably
then, Harrison Ford puts on his best naked impression, I guess. Kind of weird.
I think they just cut the scene where he's in a diaper from Indiana Jones. Yeah.
And then he's like, great. And Ross turns down the presidency. I'm too dangerous to be kept alive. So he
got sent to the prison from Civil War.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Betty Ross shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's happy.
Yeah. And I was, she's like, I want to try. Now that I can't see you and will never be able to touch you again.
Ross is like happiest looking inmate I've ever seen. Yeah.
That's not true.
So then, okay, I think that's credits.
Credits.
That's credits. Yep. We don't really know.
Isaiah Bradley's free.
The leader, we don't know. Oh, he's in the prison too.
All right, so post credits scene, our favorite part of the film. I want to talk about box office flops. If we have, we don't have time.
No, we don't have time. But
we'll talk about it next time. Box office flop. Okay. This movie did not do well.
Shocker. Yeah, so we wait. They now made credits. This is a post credits. Very last.
Yeah, you have to watch it. They wanted that YouTube runtime.
And this is what we thought. Okay, this is going to bring up Doom. This is going to bring up the next Avengers. This is going to tie it in Fantastic Four.
Worse.
Asterisk.
Whatever you're thinking, building up in your head, it's way worse than what you're thinking.
So this shows up. They're in the raft, and he's talking to the leader.
Yep, the leader's behind bars.
What are you planning, the leader? He's like, well, he's like, I detect there's an 83% chance that there's going to be a Downey Jr. He's like, what does that mean? Yeah. He's basically like, there's going to be multiple worlds. He's like, what? Yes, you don't understand it now, but you might in 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 movies from now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
The post-credit scenes used to have so much substance to them.
It was probably a minute long. And all he said was, there's going to be more worlds out there. Like, Marvel hasn't been riding that horse for the past decade.
With no payoff. Zero payoff.
That's all it was. Just, hey,
literally,
that thing we're working on might still be happening.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I ran the probabilities and the calculations. 2 plus 2, but it's nothing compared to 2 times 2. And he literally goes, you think I'm bad? Just wait till you see what's coming.
Wait till you see the other guy.
Yeah, wait till you see the other guy. I've seen into the future. I ran the probabilities. There's a way more interesting and compelling villain than me coming.
And I'm just like...
Cut to black.
Wait, was that his power? What is he talking about? Why were you messing with Ross the whole time while playing with Ross when you knew all this was happening? And remember in the movie, he says, I'm the hero. I'm the hero. And he's like, all this crap was happening and all you're doing is trying to antagonize a poor old man who's just trying to go for a nap. Like, you didn't think about multiverse here?
Right.
Like, maybe I should...
What was the leader's plan? He knows the multiverses are going to crash together. He knows Galactus exists. Yeah. He has to know Doom exists. King the Conqueror, probably.
Yeah.
And he's like... I'm just going to mess with President Ross, but...
Yep. And then we walked out, and I remember you were saying, like, oh, yeah, it was like an okay movie, and then that scene probably...
Pissed me off. I was angry.
That killed it. And I already didn't like the movie, but no,
it's like, you thought worse. I thought that movie was bad, just wait till the post-credits scene. And that's and that's it in a nutshell.
Yep.
Awful.
Yeah.
Wasted time, waste of money, and it's reflecting in the box office. I wish we could go into that more, but we're out of time today. The studio's about to close, so we got to get out of here. You see the sun behind me? I have to take it down every time.
It's going to go... Bzz.
Yeah. So we love you guys. We'll see y'all next time. Sorry, we got to cut it short this week, but we'll get back to it. We got to.
We're still angry. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Disney's still losing money. That's not going to change. I promise you. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.